All right, then it's earnings season, so let's get chatting with one such management. CONCOR came out with a set of numbers. We're joined currently by Miss Alli, Rani, the Director of Finance of the company, who joins us on the phone line. Hi, ma'am. Thanks so much for joining in. The numbers looked more or less steady. Could you give us a breakup, the volumes in the fourth quarter, and break it up for us in terms of EXIM as well as domestic business?
For my investor pilot. Volumes, we would be putting it shortly on the website.
All right.
It's a very long, really, I have to, spell out a lot.
All right, ma'am, can you give us at least...
I think it should leave those volumes are just announced on the phone call also by us, and it will be on the website. So please, shall we shift to the next question?
Okay, but Mr. We just wanted to know, because in the last quarter, your domestic volumes were down 4%, EXIM volumes were down nearly about 10-odd%. So the street was worried because your volumes have been under pressure. If you could just, once again, for the benefit of our viewers, repeat the percentage moves in your domestic as well as your export volumes?
Yeah, so export volumes had fallen in the last quarter.
By?
Domestic volumes had a growth of about 6%, slightly above 6%.
Okay.
So though we had we saw a slight recovery in the volumes in the domestic, but we did have continue to fall in the EXIM segment.
Could you give us some numbers, ma'am? What exactly was the fall? Could you quantify it for us?
I am on the road, so you have called me on the road, so I don't have the figures with me.
All right, at least, ma'am,
I tell you the approximate.
Can you give us the realization growth for the last quarter? What was the realization growth?
Yeah, in percentage terms, there was a slight fall in realization by 1% also.
All right.
So, because our leads also fell, our average leads of our CEUs, the amount of travel, also fell marginally. So we did see a small marginal fall in leads, but I think that is all it goes up and down. It's not something which is either I can say it's not one-off or it's not that constant. It's something which will rally.
All right, ma'am. Could you also then give us the breakup of your export-import imbalance and the kind of losses that you have faced on account of higher empty running trains?
Okay, I can give you that. Export-import fell by about 6% during this year, okay, compared to last year. And imports fell by 6% and exports by about 4.7%. So the total,
What was the loss on account of empty running of trains?
It also moved up because from 7%, from 6.7%, it moved to around 7.8%. So that was a considerable hit for us as far as the margins are concerned.
If you could give that to us in an absolute number, ma'am, and also give us the guidance that there is as far as empty running of trains is concerned in the next year as well.
Okay, our empty cost for EXIM traffic went up from 101 crores paid last year to 168 crores this year. So that was a whopping big amount for the hit us. It's also falling exports and also mismatch between various codes.
All right, ma'am. This year done, could you give us a sense of what volume growth are you penciling in for the next year? Because this year we've seen absolutely abysmal volume growth. So what is the kind of numbers that you're working with next year, and where will that come from?
We're very upbeat in our outlook. We have got a lot of measures which the Indian Railways had taken to correct this situation which we saw last year. So, and also the service tax credit has come back to railway goods transported by rail. So we have all these advantages which would help us, I think, push our volumes during this year. So we expect about 12.5% volume growth this year.
All right. Another thing that worried the street was the abysmal performance of the margins as well. 14% this quarter. What kind of margins are you penciling in for FY17, and when do we go back to historical levels of 24-25%?
We are keeping our fingers crossed. There are certain things which have happened favorably, and more favorable things are also expected in the next 2-3 years. So, like for example, we need definitely to increase our proportion of double stacking, which will be a very big, very advantageous impact on our margins. It is also coming. I mean, it's definitely coming to us. So that is one thing. And then we have services which we...
So what margins can we expect in FY17?
Margin growth could be, like, for example, in domestic, whatever we lost, like 30 crores we lost due to the service tax rate not being available, it's definitely coming. That is a short because that guidelines have been revised. So then, like that, there are, I can say that there is going to be a marginal improvement. So with surety, that's what I can say.
Only
because
for
competition is... Hello?
Only domestic margins will improve, or are you talking about blended margins?
I'm talking about overall margins. I'm saying the domestic contribution to it is a short because there service tax credit which we didn't get during that last year due to those guidelines of last budget has now been revised. So that is definitely.
So how much would your blended margins go up to in FY17? Roughly, give us a sense at least.
I would say that maybe we'll gain a definite 2%, 1 or 2% is definite. But we can even expect more if a double stack goes up. And then our other earnings, like we are having other operational earnings where we have created facilities, which earlier we didn't have the facilities. So we expect that those also contribute to our margin.
Yeah. So what's the current proportion of double stacked, and what are you targeting for next year?
No, it's not a target which we can maintain because there is a lot of operational aspects attached to it. And so we are pushing for it. Like we have started the year very well. We have not done a lot of change compared to last year. So maybe if this trend keeps up, so maybe our double stack operations can even move up to maybe more than 10% of our operations. I mean, we can't have a definite target because double stacking is a very operation-based. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining in. So that's the word coming in from CONCOR. This quarter, the export volumes declined, even though the domestic volumes went up. But on margins, which have reported a 500 basis points decline in FY16, the management is confident of at least improving margins by 100 to 200 basis points in FY17, if not more. Thanks, Mangalam, for taking us through that interview as well. But let's move on then to Sanghi Movers.
All right, let's move on to Sanghi Movers then.